things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC and Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Doing some updating for the front area of our site. I do want to change some things out here. Some of the videos and stuff we have in here. Floor projection. Alright. Sling demonstrations, heel demonstrations on PPs. Well, these definitely can stay. Let me see. Let's go over to oh, we did just live. Just for live. Let's see. Where are you at? Let's see. So we're going to add the visual fish tank to the marketplace. You'll be getting a chance to see that because I said we're not done with the jobs that we have to do at the other site. They're doing construction right down there. When I was showing videos, the place wasn't even anywhere near done. There was drywall, new floors, ceiling, lighting, wiring, so much stuff they were working on down there. So as we're getting all that done, because we can't put anything in until the drywall and everything is finished. When they get all that done, then we get called back in. We have to do a ceiling. I have to do 100-inch fixed frame screens. We do an aquarium on the other side, and then downstairs they're going to put in a dedicated theater room. I was thinking 235.1, but then again, everything doesn't run off 235.1. So I'm designing the screen right there, and then the gamer technology, when I put in a small arcade, I'm doing that too. They also have a restaurant in there also. So it's quite an interesting project. But we have to wait for everything else to be done, and then we can add our stuff in next. So this place right here, like I said, under the agreement that I have here, I can advertise here. We just sat down, what was it, Thursday. Sat down Thursday, and they asked me what would I like, and gave me a chance to think about what I really like. So I don't want to do demonstrations here. I'll do some here, but I don't want to do a lot of demonstrations here. I'd rather do demonstrations someplace else. And where this is located, it's not that far from a couple of businesses. It's actually in the downtown district area, which is fantastic because that means, you know, I can bring anyone up through here with no problem. They can bring anybody on through and they can check out the screens that I'm installing in. So this is fantastic advertising for us. It gets the technology outside of the apartment, out of the house. It gets it out. This is where I wanted to do. This is what I was looking to do. But usually most time when you install a screen, it's there, and sometimes you never go back to see it. This, I can go back and see this anytime I want to. I can walk to the building and do displays here, do displays there, and freaking love it. As a matter of fact, I got a job as I was putting the screen in. There is, this is, like I said, this is a youth, they do a lot of volunteer and youth groups to help people out at the end of the day, you know, people that are missing, don't are going through a lot of problems. This is a nice space they have here. So another person's running another program to help inner city kids, and they do movie setups for them. They actually asked me if I can go in and do one of those screens for outside. And this is why I told you it pays to do demonstrations, not in environments that are basically controlled. If you do a controlled environment demonstration, then you can't be outside doing this because your screen's going to react different. It's going to react completely different. It's going to wash out and fade. You have to be able to do demonstrations in as much light as possible because that way you have to know your product is tested. All of our stuff is tested. This is why we can walk off site, go into another site, set up with no problem because all our stuff is tested. Ooh, sun's coming out today. That means I'm not have to be in the house. I can go out. So you have to have, that's why your stuff has to be tested. I can't express this enough. You got people not testing products out correctly and they walk on site and do this, you're going to have some problems going to pop up. On top of that, people we're doing business with here, we're using a $60 projector on the floor. That's actually my gaming projector as well. It has that kind of curly kind of look to it. I'm going to be getting another one, a white one to put in there for them. But that's a $60 projector sitting on the floor. That means they didn't have to go out and spend $4,000, $5,000, all this money for an overpriced projector in order to get the image to look good. The reason why you had to spend the money for an expensive projector because the screen is horrible. The screen doesn't do the job correctly. Therefore, you have to spend more money on the projector to fix this. Since this technology is designed to make that look amazing, they don't have to spend any money. I can literally do every screen in this place with an ultra short throw projector that will cost me under $200. And that's fun to go up to, matter of fact, the place we're doing right now for the Legacy Smoke Lounge, their projectors, the two projectors we bought were Chrissy LW 400s, LW 400, I think they were. They got two projectors for under $300. I think under $300, under $400. That's it. That's all they paid for. Any other company would pop up in here, oh, you need to spend this much, you gotta have 4K, it's gotta be this, it's gotta be that, because all the stuff that they're naming that you have to have is to fix the screen because the screen doesn't work. We don't have to buy projectors with 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 4 million, none of that contrast. We don't need that at the end of the day. That screen's 100% black. That thing will pull up a contrast level regardless, whatever. And again, ultra short throw compatible, which is extremely important because majority of businesses you will be running into or doing business with will require ultra short throws. Most of the places we're at right now are requiring ultra short throws. If not all of them are requiring ultra short throw setups. Pretty soon, I'm going to have they have a lot of outside eateries down here. So I'm going to be doing some outside screens for some businesses. They don't want a long throw in there. They don't want something where the customers are going to walk across and shadows are going to be cast in here or getting blinded by 4,000 watts of light or 5,000 watts of light. They want ultra short throws in there. And if you have an ultra short throw setup, guess what color your screen has to be? It has to be black because black absorbs 10 times more light, pulls 100% contrast, and if you do it right, you can get it to receive and understand white light. And that's one of the problems that black screens are supposed to have is they don't have the ability to pull bright enough colors because the screen is black itself. It has to be in a darker environment in order to maintain better white levels. Our technology doesn't have that issue. I think I'm gonna put this video in front now. So change it up my front page because I'm passing out a lot of my business cards, and business cards have access to my website, and we have people hitting the website now, and I want them to see something different than basically demonstrations from inside my home. Let me see. Website editing. I want to come up to the front. Tabletop projection, floor projection. See all this stuff right here? This is very important. We get orders for people who want their floors done. I'm gonna change these out for giant videos. So I don't have the 250s on here, do I? I don't have the 250 inch screen on here. So I don't need this. I'm gonna change out this. We don't need that. We don't need that. All right, let me see. Let's do this a little different. This is for the TV. So I'm going to change this video out. Grab this. And then I'm going to go down to... I only need the videos that are important. Like in this right here, we show off sun killer technology. Anytime we get somebody who says, hey, this is going to work outside, here's a demonstration of our screen absorbing sunlight. What about motorized projection screens? Can I put this on a motorized projection screen and use this outside? Boom, there you go, demonstration right there. What about weatherproof? Oh, here's a demonstration of a 150-inch screen outside in the snow. This is another demonstration we asked about ultra short throw and contrast. We had the entire floor is all white. Our screen sits in the middle. What was it? $85 Epson ultra short throw projector. Hit the floor and boom, pulled up images. Only on this spot only. Everything else washed out. All right, we're below that. I want to put it. I'm going to put it here. But, you know, I've gotten to the point now, I'm just kind of tired of talking about what we've done, because we just done. That's all to it. There's no point in, I'm just rounding more working on what I'm doing outside of YouTube and outside of the web page. It's basically networking my technology. You know, we've been blessed to have a place that we can work at and display at the same time without it costing us anything. I'll be doing the front glass pretty soon with that spray-on application. That's next. So that spray-on application with that crystal clear stuff we use, yeah, that's going to be sprayed on 2 big storefront windows. The place we just saw the screen being displayed, the pizza shop, and the Legacy Smoke Lounge when we spray in the glass. All right, let me see. I want to go from here. So we took out the TV. We don't need that anymore. Take out. Matter of fact, I want to take this whole video out right here. We don't need that. And I want to expand the size of this. Can I get that in? Let me see. Just cap all that. That's what I said. I got tired of the old pettiness nonsense, you know. All this back and forth stuff, for what? I'm sitting here making a product. I've been developing screen paint for many years. And because we get individuals that are jealous of what we do, I mean, first they said our product was gray, not black. That's the reason why we're putting high white levels. We're using special effects on cameras. What was the other one? Special settings on projectors, all kinds of stuff. Just trying to figure out or try to make our products, stuff like that, and just constantly failing at every single thing. And it got personal. We had to literally go to someone's house, have somebody knock on their door, and let them know that we mean business at the end of the day. Now, it's not over. That part's far from over. We had to file a lawsuit against someone because they just didn't know their place. And the message to that individual, it's not over. It's far from over. Next time, I'm not going to say anything because I think he was aware it was coming. I'm not going to say a word. There's documents being filed as we speak. I've hired a lawyer to file these documents because I don't want to do it again. I did it already. It was hectic. So I hired an attorney to do it. And we're coming again and again and again and again. I got 3 years, I think 3 years of statute of limitations before I can't touch them. 3 years. So this time around, I'm going to make the paperwork a little different. We're going to make it where we can hand it to anybody that's in that household. And anybody else who feels the need that they want to basically ridicule my work and my company at the end of the day, I'll be popping up at your front door, serving you papers. I'm playing around with y'all at the end of the day. Y'all have no common sense. Y'all do some of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire life. If you buy the product, you do a review, you don't like it, that's your personal opinion, that's freedom of speech. But when you want to start mixing products with black paint, saying this is how our products come out when they don't come out that way, and start making all kinds of false accusations against my company, then you're going to see me in court. And I've seen what kind of person these people are at the end of the day. Talk a lot of trash behind camera, but the minute somebody comes to that front door, they don't even show up. They already had his wife come to the door and refuse that paperwork. Keep in mind, you're going to have to leave that house sooner or later. And they're going to be watching and waiting for you. Keep in mind, I said before, we were under deadline. This time we won't be under deadline. This time we'll have a solid month to track you. Which means you leave that house at any given time. Someone's going to be waiting across the street for you. And they're going to walk up to you and serve you. You're going to have to leave that house sooner or later. You got to make money. You work. At the end of the day, you work a job. I don't work a job. This is my company right here. I don't work another job. But you do. So next time we follow the next one, it is going to be, so we have enough time for this guy to watch you and follow you. And that's what he's going to do. So sit out there in the car, and he's going to watch you. Their agency is right there in California. They know exactly where you're at now. We're going to go to the same agency, follow the same documents, and say, go get them. And they will change up. They will change out people. I've seen it. They'll change out individuals so you don't know who it is. They will follow you at your job. They will follow you where your family live at. Anywhere you go, they're going to go track you to give you that paperwork. So it's far from over. But now you see, you got quiet. We don't got there's no activity, nothing popping up on our accounts from him, not a thing. Because he knows we know where he lives at now. You know, where he lays his head in the day. It's interesting that when I lived over there on Lawrence Street, y'all had my address. I walked out of my house every single day. I went to the backyard, did my demonstrations, whatever. And these were people who made death threats about me. And I walked out every single day. It was a different story when we had somebody show up at your front door. Then all of a sudden now he don't want to come to the door. He got his wife come to the door. So right there, I talked to the people that day about what happened, and they said that he wouldn't come to the door. So now you think you dodged this bullet? Nah, you didn't dodge anything. This is the process. You're starting the process already. You're going to have to walk with your head on a swivel because you never know when one of these guys are going to pop up and serve you. That's his life now. And he bought it on himself. All right, so let me get back to this. So the rest of y'all, if y'all want to live like that, then, proceed on. And if you figure I can't figure out where you live at, I'll hire somebody to track down and figure out where you live at. And then I'll basically fill all the paperwork, get all your information, and we'll go from there, and we'll send someone out to your house to go serve you for court. And you could live like that, worrying about what person's going to pop out of a car. It could be anybody that could walk over to you and serve you. You want to live like that? Because this gentleman is going to live like this until we get him in court. This is what his life is going to be now. It's going to be paranoid. I don't know what I told you. His orders are going to completely stop. You can't process orders if you're afraid to walk out the door that anybody out there could walk up and serve you. That's what he bought on himself. So, can't go home. They know you're home. And they even literally try to put in some some fake phony nonsense that they didn't live there, they moved. Oh, we know you live there. They got your YouTube channel, they got everything. They know everything about you. They know you're there. As a matter of fact, in the pictures, I recognized your cat. That's how I knew you were there. You got, what, 3 cats? I think 3 cats here. One of them is a tan looking cat, like an orange cat. Hey, he was sitting there right at the door. When the pictures popped up, they took pictures of everything. And I was like, yeah, that's his place right there. So now this is what he's going to have to go through until we can get him to court. He's going to have to worry about when he gets out and walks outside, someone's going to be out there waiting for him. Next time, don't do dumb stuff. All right, there we go. I'm just going to opt all options: email, certified mail, and this time we put down on the form. I'm definitely putting down we can serve anyone in the house. Anyone in the house can get those documents. Now I'm pretty sure his wife asked what that was all about. I'm pretty sure. Why is there a man coming to my door with a badge, serving me, or serving you? If you make any statements about, oh, I'm going to file a lawsuit, then knock yourself out, man. Go ahead, file a lawsuit. Because then I can get you. Get you out of it. You file a lawsuit, you got to show up in court, we'll get you there too. Doesn't make a difference. It'll serve you when you come out of court. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to put this here. That's done right there. All right. What's this one right here? We're going to change this one over to the school. Let me see. Kids projections set up right here. Now, Mr. Matthew, I knew exactly where you live. You bought from me. You purchased from me. End of this month, you're getting served. I'm taking care of you right away. Definitely going to tie that up right away. Now, for those of you who know, Mr. Matthews is a customer who basically purchased product from our company and basically used a projector that we clearly state we don't support on our black technology. It will not work. But continued to do so and slander my company by saying our products don't work. Well, you guys keep this up, you won't be to come out at all. You don't have to worry about somebody walking up to you. All right, we want this one right here. I'm putting this one up in the front. Where we at? Here we go. I want it here. I want that fish screen done to that invisible screen in there. There we go. Change it out. Let me see. I want to choose the video player. So there's nothing more to talk about on that. I'm just going to basically just keep my mouth shut, file the paperwork, and go from there. Not going to bring up anything at all. Well, I'm filing some of the paperwork. The lawyers will be doing the rest for something else. I'm just going to leave it at that. If they don't know when and what's going on, it's better off. Are we centered with this? We are centered with that. Alright, I want to get, let's see. It's almost done right here. I think they're trying to figure out why we're not. I'm not talking about y'all anymore. I'm done with it. I got other things to do. I got so much to do. It's not even funny. We've covered all that already. There's just nothing more basically speaking on. We already know everything from the door. That's pretty much basically about it. Just nothing really to talk about when it comes to the other product. Just nothing there. Products are not coming up the same color, lying about specification sheets. It's just a freaking circus over there. I'm not trying to spend any time at the circus, really not. We got access to different places we're allowed to work at. I'm concentrating on that. We got new technology coming out in 2024. I'm concentrating on that. I'm blessed to be going to be attached to several contracts. I'm working on that. I don't have time to be thinking about somebody's product that can't produce color. At the end of the day, the same color screen that comes out of a can. Still baffled about how that wouldn't even happen. And yeah, that's what we talked about right there, the magic paint. Yeah, that's weird. And products matching house paint. And literally, people just make themselves. I mean, they're so worried about me at the end of the day. I'm the last person you need to be worried about. You need to be worried about Home Depot, Benjamin Moore, and Lowe's, because they got them tones in there are freaking nightmares. They are freaking nightmares. I had somebody come and say, well, what about you and Black? Really? Did you just say, man, we just sent them a slew of freaking demonstrations on black versus black. That was the end of that conversation. Yeah, we did that. We conquered that mountain already because we knew that one was coming. That'd have been coming either way. That would have been coming either way. When somebody made that statement about what about your product versus black paint? Yeah, what did you just say? Really? No, we just sent them like 40, 50 videos over to them. Yeah, well, how much you want in your email account? Well, on slot. You just sent tons of videos in there. We've done this. We've been doing this since sevens. Since sevens, we've been doing these demonstrations. Look, there's one right there. We just did a demonstration. Come on, we do these all day long on black paint. This comes up in conversations all the time. Anytime we install a screen, the first thing that pops up from someone's mouth, can I do the same thing at Home Depot or Lowe's? So we got to back that up. So what happens if you put a gray screen in and somebody says, hey, can I go to Home Depot or Lowe's and do the same thing? How you can get around that? You literally can't, because again, a lot of these screen paints, they test to everyday house paints. How are you going to get around it? How? You're on site and someone sits there and makes that comment. How would you be able to back your product up against a toned product? You can't. There's your nightmare right there. And you're not competing with people making screen paints. You're competing with massive chains. Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, who make these tones. That's what you're dealing with. That's why you see no gray versus gray demonstration. You will never see one of them, ever. Because they will match. That's why. Oh, we don't want to lie on this. I need this. That's why. For that. Somebody asked me a demonstration about, we don't back down from any demonstration. They asked us a demonstration about a white screen versus our technology in the dark. Oh man, I couldn't imagine how many times we've gotten that request from people who sit there and say because they got a white screen and the salesperson lies to them and tells them, hey, your projector has all these bells and whistles and you're going to see all these bells and whistles on your screen. And you know, you're going to be in this ambient light controlled environment. And they really think when they have the lights up that they're actually seeing color and contrast. You ain't seeing jack at all, period. Because your eyes are not trained to see what we see every day. There you go, right there. That's our technology sitting in the dark. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white sheets of paper on each corner and in the center. They don't pick up. You really literally think you're actually seeing red. Now you put that against a high performance screen and you'll see exactly how much you are not seeing from your projector. All those bells and whistles don't even exist. See, lights on over here, lights off. You don't pick up nothing. Don't worry, ain't nobody calling you this, that, and the other. I did it myself because I developed gray screen paints. I have BenQ MS500. and other projectors I had in there at the time when I was testing with gray screen paint products. When I first bought my projector, I really believed that all those bells and whistles I was supposed to get with the BenQ MS500, that's way back then at that particular time, I believed I was going to get all those beautiful images right there on my screen. That's what I really believed in. Mind, this is before I started developing screen paint. I didn't buy my projector when I was developing screen paint. I wasn't even developing screen paint when I bought my projector. A lot of people don't realize that. They thought when I bought that projector that I was, no. I bought that projector because I went to a friend's house because I was all monitors. I did nothing but all monitors at the time. And my friend had a Grey Wolf on a 120-inch screen. And I go over there and I see this giant screen. I'm like, what the freak? So I asked him about the projector, where you get it from. And this guy basically want to train me and taught me everything about projectors. I like this one here. And trained me about everything about projectors. So when I bought mine, did all the research, and I figured I was going to get all those pretty colors from that projector on my white wall. I had a white wall when I first started off with. I came from two 1080p Sony monitors to a white wall and a projector, and this is what I'm thinking. Now, he had a Grey Wolf. At the time, Black Diamond was probably in the development stage because I've never seen one, and the majority, all the screens everywhere on YouTube was gray, and Gooch screen was the most popular screen to have at that particular time. And the reason why his screen looked so good because he had a Grey Wolf up there, and a little darker. Much, and when I hit the white wall, was like, oh, what the freak? Turn the lights on, color was washed out. It was horrible. Imagine I'm coming from two Sony monitors, 1080p's with a high graphic card, all running off my gaming PC. And I was really depressed. I was like, man, I sold my monitors for this? This is trash. Like, who the freak uses these things? This is garbage. Yeah, I really didn't like that projector, my setup, or anything. So I went back to talking to him, and he was like, well, you know, you got to have a gray paint, because the gray paint is going to make the colors pop better than the white, and why it's so different. He's the one that trained me and taught me all this stuff. So at the time, like I said, I maxed out my resources building my PC. So basically, you couldn't afford the $3,000 for Grey Wolf at the time. So he told me about some YouTube paint. Mind you, I was 5 years too late when the YouTube paint came out. YouTube paint been out a long time. Who knows how long it's been out, but it's been out for a real long time. So I go to Home Depot. He tells me where to buy everything at, but I need to put this all together. Pearlescent, all this stuff they put into it. It was white paint, black paint, pearlescent, and something else to make the YouTube paint. There was no glitter. It was just basically this pearlescent. That was it. So basically, I go into Home Depot. Oh, there's another demonstration on black versus black right there. Black versus black right there. Anyway, I go into Home Depot. Oh, there's nothing right there. I go into Home Depot, and the guy comes back and says, you're a couple of years late. They stopped making some of the ingredients to make this stuff. So now I'm sitting there with nothing. I can't go back to that freaking white wall on that screen. I don't even turn my projector on at that point because it looks like, not my projector, but my gaming setup, because it looks like trash on the screen. Oh, there's another demonstration of black versus black right there. But anyway, so where is that video at? Come on, it's good to be in here, right? The fish tank wall screen. But anyway, did I record that? No. I recorded that over here. There we go. It wasn't live. But anyway, so I went in there and I prayed. I asked the Lord to direct me what to buy. And he told me exactly what to purchase and what to pick up. Got home and mixed it all together. And, oh, here it is right here. And mixed it all together, and it blew up on the screen. Boom, colors, everything just exploded off the screen. Which is kind of interesting, too, when you really think about that, because the technology we had at that particular time was much better than what you had in gray screen paint products, because this is why we can go back and show you massive amount of beta testers when we first started out, and we were basically all these customers, and we had the great paints. We had a contract we picked up overseas. You can go to the site on there. I think it's Digital One Europe or whatever. You can go over there and check out our stuff on display. That's how good our great products were. But just imagine that, you know, God knows everything. He knows everything. So the technology he gave us was nothing compared to what we were going to be doing years later down the line. And boom, here I am now. I got technology that pushes through glass. As you're seeing right here, it's just a storefront installment. But anyway, yep. But that's one of the things I learned when I first bought my projector, that reading up on it, doing all this research, it's got all these colors, it has contrast, it's all this stuff. I'm thinking I want to see all this in this projector on that screen, and it didn't happen. People have to understand, when you buy a projector, when you invest in the time in a projector, guess what the other most important part is? Your screen. Without your screen, your projector ain't jack. And that's where a lot of people make that mistake. Now, that's the biggest lie you will ever tell yourself when you're buying yourself a projector setup. That if you think for a second that the white screen that you are purchasing is going to be able to see all those colors and everything your projector is putting out, you have lied to yourself. It's not going to happen. And this is why they contact us. Because when they watch everybody else's demonstrations on YouTube, guess where they're sitting at with an ultra short throw projector? In the dark. Every single one of them is sitting in the dark. And we're the only ones doing demonstrations on projectors that cost like 60 and under $200 and fully lit environments. Oh, by the way, this is the 720p projector we advised them to buy. They bought 2 of these that cost them under $400. And this is what you call saving thousands, because they could have went out and got like 2 P2 projectors, or went out and bought this and bought this expensive stuff. You don't need all that. It's not even necessary. Let's go over to here. Those of you who are going to be outside for the summertime, you're going to be watching movies. Guess what? Black screens are the best technology you can have outside. You know why? They produce beautiful images, they absorb tons of light, and they look absolutely insane. When I was showing off some of the demonstrations on our phone, they'd be like, what's the biggest screen we had? Oh, I'm glad I utilized the crap out of that backyard. Massive 250-inch drop straws. Every single time they see that screen, they drop them jaws when they see that giant screen. Because it shows us how serious we are about our business. We don't go do these little screens outside. We can do massive size screens, 180, 150 inches. The one also too that gets them is the Star Wars. Watching Star Wars with that much light hitting the screen blows their freaking mind when they see that demonstration. As a matter of fact, I need to put that up here too, right up front. I'm gonna put the Star Wars up here. Take this out too, because that's another demonstration, a heavy hitter that just blows people's mind when they see that, because majority of everybody goes outside with a projection screen that has a white screen. And the first thing that happens when they're out there with the white screen, what happens? Color doesn't pick up, contrast doesn't pick up, nothing picks up. And you gotta wait until real late in order to watch a movie, because it has to be really dark outside. And even when it's dark outside, it still doesn't work. We showed you that one already. Let's see. Let me see if I go from here. I want to put in, I'm taking this out. We don't need this. Taking it out. So let's put the Star Wars. The Star Wars and the 250s are the draw droppers. I'm picking my best of my best videos. So let's go over here and let's grab another player. Attachment. Now, for us to be able to do demonstrations, we do the outside. For a minute. Because I've seen the other demonstration. I've seen one demonstration on a black screen. It was dark outside. No. That's one of the theories they have on black screens. One of the theories they have on black screens. I've heard it. I talked to a fellow over at Projector Central. Somebody was doing a screen knew a fellow over at Projector Central. I got a chance to talk to one of the guys over there. And the first thing he said, man, if you figured out how to get a black screen to pull white light outside and that much light, you're going to be a millionaire. He said, because the theory behind black screens is the fact because the surface is dark, it doesn't generate a high enough white level. So you have to do that in the dark. We figured out how to get the screen to react in the daytime, more than with lights on outside, with light directly hitting the screen. That has sun killer embedded into it. That's why it's acting that way. And for those who are saying, what the frick you keep talking about sun killer? Yeah, I'll show you. It's the video we actually got a screen paint to absorb sunlight and produce the image back. Show color and everything. Let me see. I want to go with this one, and I want to do the Star Wars on this one too. Where did we get the video player here? I think I'm gonna do this. Some people, when you don't understand, some people do and some people don't understand the magnitude of the 250. You have to understand, it's more than just showing a screen in your backyard. You have to understand the physics behind what's going on between the projector and screen and the environment at 250 inches. Some people look at it and go, oh wow, but no, there's more behind that story. We have a projector that's over 21 feet back from a screen that's 250 inches, which means the screen is 11 feet high and over 20 feet wide. And this is a screen that's absorbing tons of light. I mean, tons of light. Where is it going to hide from? Where are you going to shelter any light from a screen that's 250 inches? The projector is being used in the demonstration. It's 4,000 lumens. When you're outside, most people that are using projectors on a screen that caliber will never be 4,000 lumens. You're talking about 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 lumen machines for a screen of that caliber. They would never drop at 4,000. There's not enough power to hit the screen, enough lumens to hit the screen. Mind you, you're outside. So I keep explaining to people that even when you're outside in the dark, there's more light outside in the dark than there is in your house. If you're in the house, you have all your lights on, it's even still brighter. There's still light traveling outside, even in the dark. Unless you live in a black hole. If you live in a black hole, then there's no physical light at all, period. Your projector wouldn't even fire off because it absorbs all light. But there's actually physical light outside, even outside at nighttime. So at a screen at 6 o'clock or even 7 o'clock in the evening at that size, that's drawing in all that light, and the projector is sitting over 27 feet back from the screen, is going to have to travel with 4,000 lumens and hit a screen that big and produce an image back that's going to have to be crystal clear. That's the insane physics around 250. Some people would just look at it and go, oh, 250 on the screen, but to understand the physics that's going on. The people I talked to, like, gee whiz, how the freak did you get a 4,000 projector? Mind you, 720p in order to pull an image that sharp off a screen. That technology generated a white light so high that if you watch the demonstration and you look down where the grass is at next to the screen, it was turning white. That's how much light it was pushing up the screen. When we turn to an angle gain, you can see the light come up sharp from one end to the next. Now, people do outside projections and stuff like that. They pick up on it. They see it because they do outside projections, and usually they know that they have a screen that's white outside. You're going to need a projector that's higher than 4,000 lumens to maintain an image on a screen that's sitting that far back at that size. We're going to drop these two. We don't need this. Whatever this is, we don't need it. We're getting rid of that too. So let's go get, when I first did the 250, I was kind of thinking about that too. Like, wait a minute, do we really have enough lumens to hit this? Because I was going to get the 5,000 in the house and hit it. And I'm like, nah, let's just try the 250 and see what we can get away with. I'm always curious to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. I don't like to work in a comfortable zone. If I work in a comfortable zone, then I'm bored. It has to be some challenge, some possibility of failure in order to see what I'm working with. Because if I can basically travel along those lines and not in a comfort zone, if I'm in an area where I know we're going to be under extreme pressure, I can survive and thrive in that with no problem because I'm used to being in this environment. And people make things too comfortable for themselves. Let me see, I'll take it outside. Let's go, we did the window. I bet your cat is right underneath the, here it is, right there. All right, let's get this one. Now this is the black technology we have here. This right here is not sprayed on directly to the glass. It's sprayed onto a surface that's placed into a frame into the glass because they didn't want to change the color of the glass. But with the new technology we have now, we can blast the glass and don't have to worry about having the windows go dark and no light pushing through. And that'll give a cool effect where people can actually see right in, and they can actually see fish moving back and forth across the screen, or smoke, or whatever they want to see. All right, let's get out of this one right here, and let's go pop up. I think we got it in live. Do we have it in live? I remember, didn't fly. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna change out my floor too. My floor demonstrations. I got one with a fish tank moving back and forth. I'm gonna do that one too. And this is the other demonstration we did inside. Those are the ones we did inside too, right? Yep. When I took you guys through the walkthrough to the place for the elevator. The elevator is interesting. We'll not use the freight elevator. I don't care how much you pay me. I don't like freight elevator. It freaks me out. Let's see. We need to go in and we got to pull that one because that's one way back in the archives. So we need 180 inch outside. We got 180 inch in the snow, 180 inch outside. Either one of these are. So let's see. That's it. 180 inch outside. There we go. There's the Star Wars. This is when I first 3 weeks when I moved in on this property. My neighbor on the other side, this neighbor was pretty interesting. It wasn't too bougie, but it was a little bougie there. But anyway, in this neighborhood, everybody's about their lawns. It's all about the lawns, all day long. Lawns. That's what it's about over there. And they have lawn patio furniture and all this stuff like that. In my area, any place I move in is just strictly for testing for work. That's basically about it. And he had this white screen out there, 120 inch white screen out there. And he was saying to me, I didn't have anything set up in the backyard. I was just walking around in the backyard, just looking at it. And it's like, you got to get one of these projection screens outside. You know, you got to get one of these. I mean, I can hook you up with a friend to get you a good screen. That's nice. I don't sit there and say, well, no, I didn't say a word. Oh, that's nice. That sounds great. You know what I mean? That sounds really, really great. I mean, thank you so much. So, got a chance to lay out the backyard, see exactly what I wanted. Went inside, ordered 180, so it's a 180 inch screen, and figured out how we're going to mount it into underneath the deck, where we're going to put the projector at, stuff like that. Never came back here and ever watched the movie. This is all for demonstrations. Never watched the movie. I watch movies up top on the deck because we had a mosquito factory going on down here, and I never spent time down here. Only for demonstration. So came out here, screen came in, went in the basement, painted up the screen, wait for it to dry. Went to Home Depot, put the frame in, and then my neighbor came out from time to time. He was watching me to see what I was doing, because that's usually what they do down there, is watch to see what you're doing. Put the screen in, and then he comes back and says, hey, I think you made a mistake. You put the screen in backwards, because the black side is supposed to be on that side and the white side is supposed to be on that side. Mind you, when we coat these screens, we used white paint or primer or whatever, because we need it to actually, when it hits the screen, it has to dry evenly. So we need the screen to absorb the paint. That's why we put the coating, that white paint. Doesn't make a difference. It doesn't be primer, be anything. As long as you get to absorb. So it's white on one side, and it's basically black on the other side. So he thought I had the screen on the back. I said, no, this is the side it's supposed to be on. This is my company's chemical. This is what it does. It's going to allow the screen to pull up. This is weird, too early in the day. Yeah, that's not going to pull up. That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But I'm curious to see where this goes. You know, that screen popped on. That was the end of the conversation. I never saw this white screen ever again. And I noticed that their chairs were right here because they had the screen set up over here on their driveway. All the furniture now moved over here so they can see the screen. Because they figured I'd be out there every day, but now it's just her video demonstrations, that's all. Freaking mosquito factory down there waiting for you. Not a good place to be at. Alright. We'll put this, sorry about the yelling people. I'm gonna put this right here. Is this the right one? Yeah, this is right. Okay. And over here, we're going to put the 250 in. So let's go with our 180 inch outside. And let's change that over to 250 inch. I don't have these videos, bro. Alright, guys. Let's find our screen. 250 inch black projection screen. Oh. Those were Titans, weren't they? I think that was a Titan. Titan. It's messed up because basically the name Titan is tied to something else pretty bad too. Pretty bad. That's a shame. Of course, we all know about the whole thing about the Titan. It's messed up in the chain, but this is why you gotta test, man. You gotta test. You gotta go through the guidelines. You gotta do it correctly. I feel so sorry for these people. The shame really didn't have to happen that way. I hate to see anybody lose life. You have any idea what it's like playing Dragon Ball Z on a 250 inch screen? I see it's gigantic. Characters are bigger than me. Let's see playing here. Some racing. I definitely had to do racing off of that. Let's see. Alright, let's see, Titan 200. Let's go with that in the front. Okay, let's see. There we are. Let's go to the archives. Look at the archives. We have down here. It's an Onyx Titan. Onyx Titan. Okay. Man, this is how such thing did. I'm gonna grab this one and that one. Alright, that's the other one. That wasn't a Titan, that was something completely different. See, Onyx Titan inside.
Today we're getting ready to paint in.
Let's see if I paint this screen. Yeah, that's a big screen. Alright, let me see. I know I can get that video from. even faster. We have a section on our site that has strictly Titan, giant Titans on them. Let's see. Let's see which one I want to use. I'm taking this one.
Look at me. These two plastics stand on the chest and show it off.
Trying to figure exactly how much money they want. This is pretty good. That's how I'm messing up.
Okay.
That's going on. Way on the other side of the screen.
No. I did switch my phone. Alright. What do we get? Alright, let's see what we get right here. Oh, this is what we made a mistake at. Yeah, don't need all that in there. That's why I couldn't find it. There we go. Oh, we got two of these in here. Now I'll do the movies. If you haven't seen Pacific Rim, she watched it on 250 inches. That is freaking amazing to watch. Every time I show this demonstration, people say, good, yeah. But I never got a chance to really enjoy the screen. Because the entire town I was out here, I was in a mosquito factory. That's why. This area was freaking infested with freaking mosquitoes. It was like unfreaking believable. Every time I got done doing a video, I came in the house, I was just covered in mosquito bites. Alright, I'm definitely using this one. Page. Nope. There we go. Right there. Now, so I'm passing out business cards, and I'm out and about now, giving out cards. When I want people to go to my website, I want them to see more than just demonstrations from inside of my house. I'm choosing my best demonstrations to show off. And showing people a screen at a mass of 250 inches and doing a display outside, yeah. All right, what do we have for, I can just go to my page here. And only one from here. All right, we got a whole page here. First link. Let me see. See if any of these videos are linking up correctly. If we got any demos, because they're having problems with their, well, I don't want to do these. We've done these. This has been different. I'm going back. I'm going to go back to where, oh, the floors. All right, the floors. But I want that whole, I want the real fish tank. We did a really nice fish tank for the floors. Let me see. So that's what I want. What do we have so far? Let me have a look and see what we got so far on our web build. All right, we have this right here. This is the window technology. Right. So in here, I can put in links to go directly to the pages they want to go to. Here. And let me see. Let me get this stuff to pop up. Let's see what I'm doing over here. All right, let's come back out of that end. There we go. Loading correctly. All right. It's outdoor theater. We don't really need that because we just got finished doing a demonstration on outdoors right there, so we don't need that. I'm gonna go over and grab, let me see. Where's my video? Videos. I'm gonna do this one. Where's the ultra short that we did? Let's see. Do this live. Let's see. Demonstrations. Oh, we definitely got to do those. Those are nice. The black versus white demonstrations. Definitely got to do these. All right. I know exactly what I want to put in that next section too. But where's the ultra short throw? All right. Let's do this one here. I want the one on stage. Yeah, that was done. That was done live, or we did a video now. Let me see. No, that's a long throw. Yeah, it's definitely a long throw. All right, so it definitely has to be on live. Because that was long throws for those. What? What you need? As you coming in and arguing. What's the deal? Huh? Alright, definitely using this one. Alright, let me go to zero page. Hey, Mr. Chunky Man, Mr. Spunky Man, yay! Put it on there. Let's see, magic demonstrations. Change video. Come on, man, you're doing too much. Out from under my table, please. Knock out a cable, we got problems. Alright, let's see. I want to do. We did a ton of demonstrations on that projector right there, so it's definitely going to pick up anywhere we type in the name. NEC. Here we go. We did this projector to death. I mean, literally did this projector to death. If anybody ever wants to go on and find information about this projector, we did this one to death. We literally did tons of demonstrations on this projector. This is the reason why when you have people going out there and they're looking for ultra short throw demonstrations, and they're finding all these demonstrations with P2, Samsung, all these demonstrations with these high-end projectors, every last one of these projectors are sitting in a dark environment because they can't get the screen to pull. Nothing wrong with the projectors. The projectors work perfectly fine. It's the screens that makes the projector looks bad. And we're in here with a 720p NEC projector, and boom, our freaking images are popping with lights on. Matter of fact, we're the only ones with the Optima GT55 outside. There it is right there. All right, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get an ultra short. There's right there. We use them for floor displays too also. I'm using this one.
We always get contacted by customers who first thing we say is, hey, I need this environment.
Let's go over to here. I'm dropping here.
So that's the wonderful thing about our technology, that in our demonstration, we don't have to rely on expensive, overpriced projectors, whatever parts. We can use
What's the dealio? What you upset about? Your battle cry. I can get out the window. Usually out the window screaming at people.
Anyway.
Come under. You got all this stuff to play with in this place, and you want to toilet wires under my desk. Alright, I'm gonna go with this. Make sure that's what I want. Got the fragment of dark yet. I want it right there instead. Let me see. This is looking nice. That black liquid looks nice. What does that look like on our page? Oh yeah, I'm going with this. So happy that, like I said, we use YouTube to advertise our products on YouTube. And now that we're basically doing more demonstrations offline, which is absolutely freaking amazing because we get to see people just walk up and see the screen. It ain't like I'm trapped inside an apartment or trapped inside of a house where no one else can see it but me. Other people can see it. That screen right now we just painted is sitting there on display. That thing is going to be on display in the kids' room, and we're going to have, not the kids' room, but the kids' classroom, and there are going to be adults walking in down there. We already got like several people that are asking for us to install this technology at their rec centers, gymnasiums, real deal, not pictures stolen and taken, real deal. Because they're sitting there watching this screen fire up, and it's fully lit environment, and they're used to using white screens. Their screens are used to washing out, used to having to be in the dark because the screens wash out. And this is one of the things I was actually talking about, how people would actually save money in taxes, especially if you live in their school district, because every time a school district has to upgrade on something, you got to pay for that somehow. It's coming out of your taxes somewhere. So we basically have our technology in schools. You wouldn't have to worry about spending for extra projectors for every time they need to upgrade because they can't see the screen, because the technology we have will work even on older projectors, which means they wouldn't have to spend the money for expensive projectors, which we just displayed right there. That's the kids' classroom right there. So they don't have to turn on any lights in there. They can all sit there and watch the screen in a fully lit environment. And if that projector is like under $200. So school district is all about saving money. So everybody's about saving money. Let me see. I think that's it we have right there.
I watched the demonstration, not the voice individual. I watched the demonstration where an individual moved from here.
There's an ultra short there. That's a 7 demonstration right there. 7 black on black demonstration.
And you have to get this close for an object to show you that it's not in the dark, that's a fail automatically. I should be able to see that from where I'm standing right here. I should be able to see this with no problem. Everything I should be able to make out is no problem. As I turn around, as I go up, on my corners, I should be able to see.
Let me
When
see.
you're doing tests for ambient projection technology, this is how it's done. Now, mind you, remember, the basement's the max house zone. I'll show you how great the basement is. And acoustic screen projector, 600 by 800, 720p, cost me $150 to sit in the bay of windows. Dark environments.
That's what I understand. How in the world? This is the part that I'm not even getting frustrated with. I don't care anymore. I don't. Because I'm already going to be contracted. I'm already going to be out there. I'm good. I just don't understand how these people are sitting up there with these expensive high-end projectors, and you guys are sitting in the dark. You can't even open up a window because you're afraid this screen is going to wash out. And again, it's not the projector. Unless the projector's knockoff, then it's your projector. But it's not the projector. How in the world you got a freaking $3,000, $4,000 machine, and you're sitting in the dark? You can't even treat that thing like a TV. That's the whole purpose of it. That thing was never meant to be stuck in the dark 24/7. They're meant to be like TVs. How are you stuck in the dark, this thing? I sit there and watch some demonstrations like, people would think this is supposed to be the normal? That's pretty sad. That's why we got that ultra short to set up in the area with that school classroom, and other people walking by staring at that thing like, what in the world? It just blows their mind because they're not used to seeing that. The normal is watching the screen where the colors are washed out, faded, and you're in the dark trying to figure out where your coffee table's at. That's the normal. That's how people see projection screens. The part that gets me, that I still will never understand to this day, you don't even see a contrast level. Like, where in the world? I mean, okay, I can understand that part, some of it. Because when I was making gray screen paints, we literally thought we were seeing black levels. But then when you start developing black technology, you realize you were never seeing black levels. To begin with, everything was just gray. But I love when people sit there and say, well, I got a 3000, whatever. So it doesn't make a difference what your contrast level is. You can't see black. You can't pick it up. You will never pick it up, ever. It's never going to happen. You can't pick it up. I don't care if you got ultra short throw, you got short throw, you got millions and millions of contrast, you got venue. You can't see it. And if you can't see contrast, guess what else comes along with contrast? Color. It won't pick up either. That's why your colors are washed out. That's why you're calibrating. That's why you're stuck in dark environments. All right, do the field trip. You'll find out. And we take a 720p projector and we can do this with it on this black technology. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Me, we're going to grab this one right here. Where's this going to? Move this on the front page. Like, I can preach that to the cows come home. And we'll sit there and watch somebody saying, oh, a gray screen is a wonderful. No, it's not. The walls in here are gray. And with the tones running rampage right now in all these stores, really right now, the biggest question for most people is, can I do this at Home Depot or do I have to pay for this? Because that's what it comes down to. With that mess at the end of the day, those of you who have white screens, we already know the white screen scenario. You just got lied to, that's all. You bought a projector, you read all this stuff through it, and either some salesperson lied to you and told you that this image is going to pop up on your screen, or you lied to yourself, like I did when I first bought my projector. Because I literally bought one, I think, well, all these colors and all this is going to look good on my screen, it was amazing. I turned that projector on, I was like, oh, what the freak is this? I'm coming off Sony monitors now, not on watching TV, I'm talking about a gaming PC. Yeah, it was horrible. That's when I realized that the screen plays a huge part. People that are outside, you go buy a white projection screen because all the screens outside are white. I mean, literally, they're all white screens. And you get this projector, some venue or party coming out. Let's get this 7,000 lumen projector. And we're gonna basically 7,000 lumens, and this is another lie you will tell yourself. 7,000 lumens, my image that's in the picture of 7,000 lumens, this projector is going to project my movie, and it's going to travel at 7,000 lumens. It's going to cut through all the ambient light. It's going to hit the screen. It's going to be to take this picture from this projector and boom, hit the screen. And when it hits the screen, your image is going to look like trash. Because you know why? You just introduced a white screen to 7,000 lumens of extra light. That's what you just did. So you washed it out even faster. It's bad enough it's dealing with the light outside, but you introduce it to an extra 7,000 lumens of light. And that's why your screen washes out even faster. And then you get that glare that pops off. Those of you who have dedicated theater rooms, I can't explain this enough. You have white and gray screens in there. You can paint that room dark from one end to the next. Guess what happens when you hit a white screen and a gray screen, because we've done this before, and a dedicated theater room. You get something called a splash effect. That's where the light is reflecting off your ceiling and off your walls and actually even coming back at you. If you ever saw the demonstration with Mr. Mannequin, where we show a mannequin in the back and we show basically how much light reflects off your screen and pushes right back into your face. So you can have the environment completely dark. We built a dedicated theater room. We darkened the entire environment, the floors, the ceiling, the whole 9 yards, and light was reflecting everywhere. We had a white screen there. That's why the best screens you use are darker screens. Black technology is the best to use in dedicated theater room setups. And besides, if you don't dedicated theater room setup, you do want 100% black, don't you? Because movies require 100% black. Well, hope the sun does pop out today, because I am definitely going to be jumping on a lift and go out to the park and just chill. Yeah. So the thing about it is, with projector companies, this is what they believe in. And I've had this conversation before with them also too. They believe that, they believe that Just check it real quick. They believe that your projector is going to make up for what your screen can't do. That's really what they believe. But we don't have to worry about a screen having a very heavy contrast level. Like, why is that? Because the projector is going to actually add that to the screen. And that's a funny theory. How are you going to add 100% black level to a screen that literally can't see black? Why does that even work? If that's the case, then you wouldn't have to spend the money for a black diamond or any of the other gunmetal screens. You just go buy a cheap white screen, a projector with a 4 million to 1 contrast, because that should be more than enough to do the job, and you should be able to pick up a 100% star field in a fully lit environment without the screen ever washing out. Oh, by the way, if your screen also is too light, another problem that pops up, ambient light projection technology does not work on a screen that can't absorb light. So that's why all the demonstrations you watch are in the dark, because the colors will pop better if it's in the dark. Contrast or give up a darker shade of gray. Let me see. I just want to change the front videos. These are demonstrations. Where's my home page at? Let me see what that one here. All right, that's black shot. Definitely had a good thing. I get up in the morning. To test page. All right. What, Mr. Taco? What? Taco is an extremely temperamental cat. He does not like to be pet. Does not like to be touched. Period. Or you will get clawed. But you're in the back of my chair. Yeah, Taco, you're literally in the. Oh, never mind. Forget it. Forget it. Let me see. Books. That's Black Shot. Happy customers. Thank you page. I'm gonna go in and take this right here. We didn't have rain today. I was gonna go pick up a hoagie, get some food, and drop over to the park. Got a nice little park with a fountain. Gonna go there and just chill, just relax for the day. That's what I was planning to do today. But today we got rain, so ain't gonna happen. people don't know about the promo page. So the promo page, when you click on the promo page, there's a little thing that'll pop up at the bottom, and that's how you get to the page. Some people thought there was no other place to get to the site. There is. You gotta click down. There's a little link right there that'll say for promo. Not say for promo, but it's the intro page. This is our intro page that pops up. So you have to do is click on the where it says close, which means close this right here, and this will bring you to the front page. So let me see something for a minute. I'm over here. Where's the demo page? And that's the demo page right there. Oh, did we get the media players to work? That's fantastic. That was a bit of a nightmare for a couple of months. We have media pages that just the video players weren't pulling. So I guess they got it fixed. And then again, I hold my breath there on that one. 235.1 setups. Here we go. These are our demo pages. Shows all test demonstrations, everything you can possibly think of. Ton of videos, ain't it? This is why I wasn't worried about taking the pictures. All these pictures we have are literally in the demo section. But I don't want these pictures in the front page. I want this separately, and I want to do most of our installs in the front. Here we go. That's why I say if you do the research, and check out anybody else's website. Anybody's website. And I guarantee you our website has more information than any other site. More test demonstrations done than any other screen painting. If you don't believe me, go look it up for yourself. Go compare my website to anybody else's website. We got sections on motorized projection screens, fixed screens, you name it. You go to the IV-VIII site. On that site is dubbed to have the most demonstrations of any other screen paint and projection screen for outside demonstrations. There's tons of demonstrations in there. Look at that, tower slideshow, ultra short throw on black motorized projection screen. We coded ourselves. More customer demonstrations. This is a demonstration I did with a customer live. Went to the house, recorded the entire thing live, painted the screen right in. 1,000 lumens versus 5,000, and show you how bright our screens put up. Matter of fact, I had to drop more demonstrations than these too. Oh, this is my favorite. Reason why you don't need a 4K projector. These are demonstrations on a 4K versus a 720p VIII PX 747. That's why we don't use 4K projectors, because it's not required. We don't need them. We don't need 1080p. Because our technology is that good. We don't require them. And some people ask me in the back, like, why in the world you have a 720p setup? Because we don't need 1080p. We don't have to have 4K. Those projectors are required when you have gray and white screens. They can't see color or contrast. That's a must that you have to have. The only thing 4K does is give you a sharper, more refined image. You need that on a gray and white screen because they can't see. They need that contrast. You need what contrast does on the screen, right? Contrast gives the screen a sharper, more vivid, brighter, more detailed, more depth image. That's what it does. These are all majority shot in 720p. All right, let me see. Okay, that's all done. All right, people, I'm past time here. I'm gonna basically, it doesn't look like it's raining. It doesn't look like it's raining at all, period, to tell you the truth, honestly. Get myself a hot cup of tea, work out, get a shower and work out again, and then basically pop out the door. Oh, excuse me, I apologize for the burp. I really forgot I got a stand around here somewhere. I bought a stand. I should take that down there to the place and set something up on that. Well, it's a shame you can't get wallpaper anymore. Wallpaper got extremely expensive. It used to be $28 a roll for the 4x8 wallpaper screen, but now it is $100-something. It went up by a lot. Well, that's inflation for you. I'm glad they got the players fixed, man. All right, that's your demo. I want they got them fixed on all of them. Let's look at the test demos. We want to the test demos. What if they got them all fixed? They're all fixed. Wait for a page to load. Is that page? Let's see. Oh, there you go. They're just coming in now. There we go. These are our test demonstration pages. These are all certifieds. Black versus black, certified, certified, certified. That's a white surface test at 1,000 lumens. Window technology. Black versus black, black versus black. Window technology. Black versus black. 1,000 lumen demonstration in max out zone. Is this certified? This is white level test on 1,000 lumens. Outside demonstration. White surface test. You see how many white surface tests you have to do? It's freaking berserk on what you have to do at the end of the day. Let's see. This is painting the screen. Show how fast it takes to paint the screen in. It's like 129 inch custom built. 1,000 lumens versus 720p. Outside distance test. 1,000 lumens white surface. Ultra short throw demonstration outside, black versus black outside. Let's see, white projection screen demonstration test, white projection demonstration test, 250, 250, 250. Man, ambient light door. I can't explain this enough. When I see people doing demonstrations next to doors, stop doing that, please, because your screen physically, door light takes a while. See my screen over here? You can see that a little better. You see my screen in the next room? There is no point in me opening up this door and doing a display way over here. That's not going to reach. There's no way in the world that's going to reach. So when you do a demonstration involving a door, guess where your screen has to be at? In the door, in the line of the light. People understand the physics of light. Table projection, door with black fusion, outside demonstration. Make sure I use a loading. Oh, here's another demonstration test. Demonstration of calibration, low lumen, 1,000 lumen demonstration test, black versus black demonstration, 720p. And have all these tests done. Demos. The demos are linked pages. The demos have more than most of them. Let me see. These are them. I want to get rid of all of these. We don't need any of these. Well, I guess we'll leave. That's the demo page. We have to keep everything on there. We're not updating the front page, so we don't need all that. See, when I watch a thumbnail on YouTube, I'm expecting it to look like this in the thumbnail. See how that light hitting the screen? That's what I'm expecting to see. We never get that. We get the thumbnail that looks like this, and we get to the demonstration, and there's nothing that matches the thumbnail. 3D mapping applications. Get this all the time with 3D mapping floor, ceiling applications. 120 inch ultra short those setups here. Window technology, window technology, window technology, window technology. 1,000 lumen demonstration. What was done on a 720p. This is a wallpaper surface, right? 1,000 lumen demonstration, 1,000 lumen demonstration, 1,000 lumen demonstration, 1,000 lumen demonstration. It's the windows, 235, 235, 235. Let's see, ambient light rejection technology demonstrations, infrared environments. What do we got right here? Outside demonstrations, more outside demonstrations, outside demonstrations, outside demonstrations. Floor projection technology. Ceiling. Oh, this is another one you have to be to pull off. If you have real ambient light rejection technology, you literally have to pull off a ceiling that's painted in while the lights are still on. Has to be done. Tabletop, turning tables into projection screens. Daytime hours, tons of pictures have to be taken care of. Ambient light rejection demonstrations. This is where you actually went out and put lights around the screen to add in more light. That's a fun demonstration. This is the grid. We have a grid here, like on the Crystal Edge page, there's a grid on there to show that we have the most outside demonstrations. On this grid, we show all of our ambient light rejection demonstration tests are right here on the grid. Why gray screens don't matter? Boom. White level demonstrations versus black technology, more crazy demonstration. These are all paint on demonstrations, showing you can paint a screen in no time at all, one code application and you're done. Motorized projection screens, fixed frame screens, We've done all this already. This is why I said I don't need to do any more tests. I'm done. The new stuff, yeah, we got to test that, but we've done all this stuff already. Customers, 1,000 lumen demonstration. We haven't finished these already, have we? Oh, these are more demonstrations we got locked in here. 720p versus 1080p, 720p versus 4K. All done in here. More ambient light rejection demonstrations involving short throw applications. The black versus black test. If you hear me quiet on the other end, because I need to know, where's the gray versus gray demonstration test? Where are the tests at? Look at this. Black demonstration test. Black demonstration test. Black demonstration test. Black demonstration test. Black versus black. Black versus black. Come on. Really? This is why now at this particular point, when I go back and I look at all this work we have done down through time compared to everybody else. What's the difference between blue screen and a gray screen? What's the difference between the screen paint out here and a gray screen? No, guess what? There's no test, so how do you even know? There you go. I love how people will sit there and go, what about you? What about me? What about me? What about me? My tests are done. I got over 8,000 videos and demonstrations on YouTube. What about me? There you go. Fixed frame screens, done, done, done. I've built so many fixed frame screens on YouTube and showing you the proper way to do it, where you do not take out the bar in the back, which is going to be a freaking headache to begin with, and you do not take the screen out. Because you have to understand, this screen is a PVC material. It's expanded, it stretches to fit around this frame. Once you paint it, that's gone. So if you have to repaint it, you do not want to remove it. If it's already been painted, you do not want to remove it. What you want to do is you want to frog tape your edges, and you want to put a little padding under the back of the rail so you don't get a bar imprint in the middle of your screen. That's it. You're done. Let's see. Painted a wall. Done that already. Bed sheets. Yeah. So we get people to get jealous because, yeah, we turned a bed sheet into a projection screen. Because I'm sitting there thinking about Carl's blackout cloth. It can be quite pricey. But why do am I sitting there spending like 80 or 50 or 60 bucks for a blackout cloth that I'm going to paint over anyway, when I can just use a bed sheet? We're the ones who started the bed sheets. So this tells the customer at the end of the day, instead of you going out and spending all this money for some blackout cloth to paint over, you go pop over Walmart or Kmart's still around, or any other place and pick up a bed sheet for like 7 to 8 bucks. That's it, and you're done. Can't just talk it, you got to do it. Motorized projection screen paint in. Actually, we bought a $68 motorized projection screen, coated it with our technology, and used it to beat a $3,000 Dark Star 9 by Elite Screens. Full test display. Fixed frame screen at 235.1, done dozens of those. Fabric screens. What are these right here? Oh, the invisible technology. Our invisible technology. I gotta add that other one up here too. See what you're missing. Yeah. Don't use upgrade your screens with gray screens. Waste of money, waste of time. And again, this is a product that literally that you could go to any Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, Sherman-Williams, and do the exact same thing with the tones. Unless they can prove otherwise. If they can prove that they can beat the tones, then hey, buy their product. If they can't prove it, then guess what you need to go do? Dedicated theater room setup. We talked about this. Guess what? We got it right here for you right here on our demo page. turned the room into a dark, dedicated room and showed you why you do not use gray or white or even gunmetal screens in your dedicated setup, because what's going to happen is your screen can't see color and it can't see contrast. These are the crazy demonstrations right here. That whole wallpaper screen, yeah, we had it many years back. We did it already. Our product versus TVs, sun killer technology, and submerging our screens underwater to do projection on a, was it 200 or 50 lumen projector? Certified screen demonstrations. What was this? Showing, oh, this is the FX44. This thing has some insane test attached to it. One of our more crazier screen paints. Actually, the 44 is an upgrade version of a dedicated black Cinemax. That's why the Cinemax does things that, well, we all know the other product called Cinemax. It doesn't sell on the same level because that stuff can do stuff that other screen paints can't do. 3D mapping applications, 50 lumen demonstration right here. What is this, 720p? 720p versus 1080p display. Demonstrations. This is all 1000 lumen displays. Oh, the knockoff projector. Why you don't use knockoff projector 3D mapping applications. Do you have anything more on this? Whew. How big that page was. Demo page was huge. All right, let me see. I'm gonna go up to all the video players are running. That is fantastic, because we had video players that just weren't loading up, and I'm like, what the freak is going on? And now they're loading up. This is perfect time too, because we need this to show off our demonstrations. All the demonstrations I just removed on the front page are literally right here. You already have them. That's what I'm putting this up. This right here is a more page. This is where we have all our cool pages, the way they're set up. We got a page right here strictly for 1000 lumens. As a matter of fact, you know what? Next time I go on site, which is going to be after 4th of July, I'm bringing a 1000 lumen projector with me and set it up. So we're going to do a 1000 lumen display on site. That is going to be so freaking cool. Take our little portable 1000 lumen projector. So these are all 1000 lumen displays. All right, let's see what's going on. Popping fresh, popping fresh. This is the reason why companies want to sign contracts with us. This is the reason why they want to go out and they want to do business with us, because they know they'll make a ton of money off my company. But I only have like one person right now that I'm pretty much going to do the business with. Not that kind of business. Get your mind out of the gutter. Anyway, that I want to do partner my company with. Because partnering a company with a business, you have to be extremely careful. You can have a distributorship. Distributorship is cool because, you know, it's not a partnership. Partnership is something completely different. That means they own about half of your business. So it has to be someone that literally at the end of the day that you can trust 100%. You have to be careful with that. This is why do you think I've never had a partnership? Never had one in the 12 years I've been in business. It's an extreme, you have to be very careful, because again, you're sharing tons and tons of information. But the beautiful thing about what we do at the end of the day is we basically are blessed to be able to have new technology at will. I can basically destroy a company and build another one from the ground up. You know how long it took us to build Black Series Edition? 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks to build the website. We already had the formulas already there, already ready to go. It took us 2 weeks to engineer this company right here. That's it. You can design a company from the ground up. Anybody can do it. It's getting product to run. So just to show you how amazing God is, we had a company designed in 2 weeks with product attached to it and all test displays, as you're seeing right now. That's a lot of work. Now in 2024, we have another company coming up under the legendary Elements. So within those contracts, when you sign a partnership, they have access to future technology, which means anything that we develop, any new company we design, we are locked in with them on this partnership. And there has to be something there they're going to put all in. It's going to be a big contract. This is not a contract of 10 pages. This is a contract can be somewhere between maybe 50, 60 pages. These are big boy contracts with serious and heavy penalties attached to them. Like if they basically in there, we can have it where they can't go in and basically change the infrastructure, change labels, none of that. They have to come to us through permission. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes on there. This is a contract not for a year. This is a contract for like maybe 10 years, maybe 5 or 10 years for some of these contracts. Now, because I know these people, I knew the owner, I knew the brother of the owner first. I knew him for 8 years. That's the reason why I decided to go with this person at the end of the day. Because I knew his brother for 8 years. His brother bought a screen from 8 years ago and he was going to buy a black diamond. This person with deep pockets. He had the money to drop 20 grand on the screen. And he saw our technology, saw a demonstration that we were talking about with diamond technology, and we saw something, he liked it. Contacted me, called me directly, we had this long conversation, talking about a lot of stuff. If anyone's ever talked to me on the phone, you know that when I talk to you like we're family. And I got people, we joke, laugh about this, cartoons, video games, all that stuff, and these people end up on my Facebook page, and end up being these friends, and most of my customers are actually some of my best friends. And me and him, he got this 180-inch screen installed in his setup, and where he's at, he has this whole wrap around all these lights, windows, and they hit his screen. So I've known this fellow for 8 years, known his family and all that. So they consider me to be family at the end of the day. So the other brother who has the business adventure, they go visit, go see how his brother was doing, and he saw the giant screen sitting up there, and my friend talked me up and said, yeah, this guy so you got to watch his videos, you guys so. And he watched my videos, he liked what he saw. So I got a call from the guy, and we got to talking on the phone, and they came and picked me up, and I went down there to the establishment and saw everything, and I was like, wow, I freaking love it. I love it. And it was like, they were giving me like, hey, what do you think? What do you think? I love that when I work with people and they say, what do you think? What do you think? Because that means I have to fight less, and I can give them ideas and what they might, and they were just fascinated by everything we're just throwing at them. And that's why I came down there, they bought the product, they showed they were serious buyers, I painted it up on the wall, and they loved it. And people that were coming in and out of there, like contractors and stuff that were doing work, were staring at the screen, and they were like, is that a TV? And they're like, no, it's not a TV, it's a projection screen. That's what they're telling people, like, well, it's crazy because the screen was black and all that. So they saw that. They saw the potential in it. They're business people at the end of the day. So it was like, hey, you hungry? You want to get something to eat? And I was like, sure. So they take me over to this real nice restaurant and order some food, and I meet the family, and the family is absolutely beautiful. Matter of fact, me and the older son, we get along. He's not my age, mine. He's in his 20s or something, but he's a hardcore gamer. So we click because I'm a hardcore gamer. We talk back and forth. We do my gaming screens and all that stuff. But he's a pretty cool dude. So as we're sitting there, they asked me, do you have anyone invested in your business? And I go, well, I got a few things because I had the barbecue guy and we have the other places we're working at, but not someone on y'all level. And he was like, well, how would you like to have us? And we're not trying to take over anything. We just want to put it past, think about it, And I'm thinking like, man, these people like are well put together. Like they ran businesses, they have companies, they know one of his wife used to work for the Library of Congress. That's freaking fascinating. And they wrote books, they're published, stuff like that. They're very well connected, but more than that, they're my best friend. My best friend, that's his family. So went out to eat, and I said, you know what? I decided a couple of days I want to make y'all partners. That's what I want. And that's how it all started. And I never forget what he said. I never forget when the email came over from the hater, and the hater was trying to take away what God blessed me to have. He turned around, he said, don't even worry about it. He said, because at the end of the day, we're family, no matter what. And there you go. So when people are saying, well, how come you haven't been there? Because have you seen the establishment when I was walking through? There was no drywall, nothing. They were just still putting in the machine that cleans the smoke so people can walk around there, especially me, because I have respiratories. I can't be walking around in the smoke area. It's not going to go well for me. So they're still doing work down there. So when everything is finished, I got a chance to map everything out, and that's what I was supposed to do. Walk through, map everything out, see where we're going to put screens at, everything. So I get a good idea what I'm building, what I'm designing, what I'm customizing. And then later on, they bring me back in, and I finish the rest of the work. But I got a chance to display some stuff in there while I was in there, so that was pretty fun. I want to do more acoustic screens. I love doing the acoustic screens. Acoustic screens are so much fun, and it's portable. You can just take it and ball it up and just put it up and put speakers behind it. I just love the acoustic screens. You can hide all your speakers. I think that's what we're going to do with the dedicated. They want to put a dedicated theater room down there. I want to make the screen completely acoustic. I don't want them to see any speakers at all. But yeah, so like I said, that was nice to be able to, that's how I, from the door, automatically knew that these are the people I'm a partner with. Definitely from the door. Not just because of what they know and who they know and how well they're connected. It's just the fact that talking to having my best friend for 8 years and talking to his brother, good gracious, they're so much alike. It's not even funny. They're so much alike. I had to call back and say, man, you guys are just alike. That is freaking, because they're brothers, of course, but yeah, they both got that business mind at the end of the day, but still, real nice people, real nice people. Been a blessing to be around people like that at the end of the day. The family's beautiful, they're beautiful. It's just wonderful. And in the end, when I retire, I'm leaving them all rights to all my technology when I retire. That's my final decision right there. Well, I had told you, I got stacks and stacks of composition books on technology I haven't got a chance to develop. I'm leaving them everything when I retire. And their kids and their kids, I don't have any kids at the end of the day. It's just me and the cat at the end of the day. So I make enough bread, put enough money away, and get myself a nice farm, and that's pretty much a couple cows and some chickens, and that's basically about it. And be out there with my cat and my animals, I'm good. At the end of the day, that's all I need. And when I get ready to retire, I'm leaving all rights to them for all the technology, everything, even all future technology. As a matter of fact, I'll design some crazy stuff. In the end, I'm building composition books right now of ingredients and technology I'm developing for years in advance, and they'll get all of that. All rights will be signed over to them. But that's not going to happen anytime soon right now. Right now, like I said, I got things I want to do. So, retirement will probably be like, I don't know. I don't have decided on retirement. I thought I was going to base your retirement. And again, looking at the glass technology, man, the stuff we could do with that invisible, that clear glass technology. And then we got this new stuff for basically making fish tanks look realistic. Oh, that stuff is freaking sick. Some cool stuff we can do with that stuff. As a matter of fact, I guess I can test a lot of my stuff over there. Something else I wanted to test over there. We want to build a screen, like a virtual fish tank screen. Oh, Mr. Sun, you were coming out today. I'm going to go outside and play. Yes, sun's coming out. Oh, yeah. I'm going outside. Definitely outside. All right, people. I'm going to finish. I'm done here. I'm doing with some updating later on. Mr. Sun is coming out. Oh man, I can't. I'm going out today. Yes, look. Next to Groot. Started up being a very cloudy day today. It's nice and cool outside. I'm going to go out. I got to take care of some more orders. Get everybody taken care of. We're doing a ship out date. When is the 4th of July? Okay, that's kind of quick. All right, so basically, let me see. You're gonna see less and less videos from here. A lot less videos from here. Because I like to be on site and do videos. I really do. So I'm gonna be doing less videos here. And pretty soon, no videos here. Everything's gonna be done on site. They said that whatever I need to test or whatever I need to do, I can just take it over there and do it. That's why a lot of my equipment right now is over there. Once I set up an office, we won't have this anymore here. This will be someplace else. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to separate the two. That's what I'm trying to do. Every place I move into, and literally ends up turning into a place of work. I already sat there and said it on camera. So when I move into the apartment, I'm not going to turn it into a place of work. It turned into a place of work. And that's why I sat there and didn't buy any furniture. I first was going to buy furniture, and I thought to myself, no, not going to do it. I'm just going to waste in Georgia to move from here and go to and get my land. That's what I'm going to do. Just didn't expect to get the contracts. Didn't expect to get a place where I can basically do advertising for free. You know how wonderful a blessing that is? To have that at the end of the day. Because I was thinking about I was going to have to rent out a storefront. That's what I was thinking. I was going to have to rent out a storefront. And this was a blessing. That is truly a blessing right there. I literally thought I was going to have to rent out a storefront. That's for the kids' classroom right there. So there's two sections. They got a section over here where they work at, over here, that's a classroom. And they got another section over here where they'll sit at in their chairs and they can watch that. I might put a second screen over there. They give me authorization, I will. Yeah, I guess the whole theory of the ISO nonsense on the camera, how's that going to work? People walk by that screen every day. Kids will be sitting there watching cartoons and movies and educational shows, so how's that going to work? My camera's crooked the entire time, I'm pretty sure it was. But anyway, how's that going to work? Now remember, my technology was supposed to be portrayed as so dark you can't see it. So how would that even work? And like I said, beautiful thing about this, we get a chance to show our technology off in front of other people all day long, besides me waking up in the morning and just basically being here in the apartment, no one else seeing it, or being in the house, and no one else seeing it. I get a chance to have right here. They were just talking about that on camera, about how so badly how I just wanted to get the product out of where I'm at and out there. That's what I wanted to do. And this isn't just an install where I can never come back. I can go in and out of this place as I want to, which is pretty cool and really nice of people for them to allow me to do that. On top of that, they said, hey, if you want to bring people by to check it out, come on, bring them by. That's absolutely amazing. That's great. So I didn't have to spend the money for a storefront, you know what I mean? I got free utilities, I got free internet, everything for free. That is beautiful. God is good. All right, so I'm finishing up my page here. I'm popping outside. I gotta go. Thank you all for your time. And God bless.